Hello, Secret Vaulters and everyone else. Just to let you know that there's an event going on the 22nd of October, and it's at the Leonardo Hotel in Milton Keynes. It's called AV13, which stands for Alternative View 13. Now, I've been a friend to the organizer, Ian Crane, who has sadly passed away a couple of years ago, and yeah, he basically put these events on and used to run them as a weekend event, and people could come and stay and watch speakers and get a chance to have, a drink, dinner with the speakers, and generally mingle around with a lot of like-minded people talking about current events and things that are very important to our ever-changing world. And whereas I used to be heavily involved with a lot of sort of this political and research stuff years ago. As you know, I became a bit of an urbexer. So this stuff is something that I still keep a hand in and still look into, but I don't get heavily involved in the organization of. However, Alternative View came along, and I went to one of their events, and I could see that they had a great need for somebody who had AV technical knowledge for doing camera work and stage management and things like that. So I offered my services, and since about AV6, I think it is, I've been helping these guys out when they do the events. And basically, I love filming events, and I love all the technical stuff. So I get to watch the event for free, get to help them with the technical stuff, and it's a win-win. But here's the event, and I've got to say, right, that it must be a cutting edge event when many of the things that we filmed and we've stuck on YouTube have been taken down by YouTube, regarded as misinformation. Yeah, and medical misinformation. They took down a couple of the videos that I had on there by one speaker in the past. And this is a medically trained doctor, a physician, who works still as a doctor. And they said that the information he was putting in his video was medical misinformation. So, a doctor who's putting out medical misinformation. If that was true, he would have lost his license to practice, wouldn't he? This is the stuff they don't want you to know. This is the stuff that they'd rather get swept under the carpet. So the only way you'll know is by looking at some of the previous videos that are out there on AV. Some of them are on the net. You can have a look so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But if you want to come to this one-day event, it's being held in the Leonardo Hotel. It's on the 22nd of October, and I will be there because I will be filming and helping with the stage production of this event. And yeah, it's one of those. It does cost a little bit, but there's a lot of speakers there, and the expenses for the hotel to be hired and for the speakers to be able to get there, obviously that covers the costs. So here's the thing. Here's the speakers. Let's tell you who's there. Right, okay, we got Brian Gerrish, UK column, helped the UK column with a few things over the years, and gone out and helped them film at some of their events as well. And yeah, good guys, trying to get out the news that the mainstream media doesn't want you to hear. And here we have Pierre Sabac, and he's talking about evidence of an alien culture in the written word. Thomas Sheridan, he's talking about psychic defense from the black magic and gaslighting of the consensus magi. Because are we being run? Is this planet being run by people that are just like you or me, or are these people perhaps involved in occult stuff? Interesting question. So Martin Licht, advanced technology in our hidden past. Have we been visited in the past? And is there evidence of ancient technology that is being suppressed? Well, we're all hearing about the UFO revelations right now, aren't we? And whether or not crashed discs, crashed saucers have been kept by the American military. And it all seems to be bubbling up at the moment, doesn't it? And admissions have been made by the American government. Well, come along and listen to a talk that might be talking about some of that stuff. And here we have David Dubine, and this is a man who researches weather, and this means the climate and what they're all talking about with the climate. And is there a climate crisis or is there not a climate crisis? And what's actually happening with the weather? David Dubine will be keeping us up to date with some rather disturbing possibilities of the way that the weather might be going naturally, nature, and what could be happening in the future, and how secretly behind the scenes governments are lining up to do things around the globe which we don't generally hear on the mainstream news. Yeah. Michael Feely, he's talking about the Book of Secrets, your true divinity revealed. Gary Frown is he's talking about AI in the electrical ether and the fifth element and quintessence of our reality. So he'll be talking about metaphysics and occultism. So how all of this plays out in today's world and what we know will all be discussed, and everything will be in the memory of the late Ian R. Crane, who is pictured on the lower right. And yes, Ian passed away in 2021, but his legacy still lives on because everyone who believed in what he was doing and the types of information he was trying to put out. Ian was very heavily involved in the anti-fracking campaign. Some of you may remember seeing some of his videos on that. He was very instrumental in helping with getting information out about the dangers of fracking. So, and that's not just the only thing he talked about, but he used to organize these conferences as a way to get people off the internet and off the YouTube videos and into a real live situation where you can get to meet the speakers, ask questions, and hang out later on and find out more by speaking face to face with everyone who's there. So it's a great time to, come and join in. I'll be there, but I'm usually like sweating and running around like a blue arse fly. So you will get to meet me if you want to sort of come along. And yeah, if I've got time, I will chat to you. I will have time, usually after the event is finished. But yeah, you'll see me running around like the Flash. Yeah. So hopefully you might want to join us. So if you do, it would be lovely to meet you. And check out Av13. You can find it on alternativeview.co.uk. So check it out. It's Av13 Leonardo Hotel in Milton Keynes, Sunday the 22nd of October. Now you can get accommodation in the Leonardo Hotel, but you are not tied to that. You can just buy a ticket and you can stay in one of the many places around the Leonardo if you can't afford the Leonardo. There's a travel lodge literally 20 seconds walk away, and there's many other accommodations around the area. Or if you're like me, just stay in your car with a sleeping bag. No, I'm going to be staying in the hotel because I've got too much to do. But it doesn't have to break the bank. But your options are all open. It's not a stay-in event booked for the weekend in a stay-in event where you have to pay for the hotel fees. It's being kept cheap so that you can get there. But hopefully you might like it. If you do, get your tickets now. There's not that many. 2/3 of the tickets have been sold, so there's still some left, and the tickets are going to be closing down in the next couple of weeks for this event. So yeah, get your tickets now, and thanks very much. Spread the word. Hope to see you there.